Good morning, everybody. Yep, I got a mess in front of me. This morning, I'm going to work on my boho wrap style bracelet. I got a whole mess of stuff out here I'm going to be using today. This is the last of my fairy silk from Jesse James Beads. This is kind of a mix of Jesse James, Tierra cast, and bargain bead box, and a little bit of stuff from my stash. So I also have some of the curb chain, which is from Bargain Bead Box, along with some of the dragonflies, which were from, I believe, February. And I also have this thistle charm that we're going to be using. I also have some of these ceramic turtles and some of these mint and gold beads. They're beautiful. These also came, I think, in January's box. They're the last three of these that I have. They are the moonstone. And then from Jesse James Beads, I've got these Tierra cast charms. I'm going to be using one of them. And I absolutely love these. I get one off and put the other one over here. One side has the beautiful tree. On the other side says, "Not all those who wander are lost." And I'm using that as my main focal. I'm also using some of these rondelles. And these were in, I believe, the January box or the February box. I can't remember which ones, but they're beautiful. These were in, I believe, the January box. They're 8mm faceted crystals. In here I have a little bit of everything that I'm going to be using. There's a couple of these rings that have been harvested from other, like an earring that had like all kinds of different size rings tangled up into each other. I had to like salvage some, and I had to, destroy others to get them off, but I got quite a few. So I wanted those size to tie everything onto. I also got some of the stars, which were in the January box. And then I have these beautiful glass pearls. They're in like a teal. So I also have some of the gunmetal 20 gauge head pins. So I'm going to start by going, I think, yeah, they're both going to have knots in them. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this in half. And where did I put my scissors? Good question. Maybe I don't need to cut this in half because, yes, I do, because I need to separate this. And I've left my scissors, and I don't have 2 pair laying here. I can't believe I left them. Hold on, guys. I have to go find my scissors. And of course, they laid right here in the pile, wouldn't you know it, after looking for them. So I'm going to cut this in half. I need to get some sharper scissors. So I have 2 pieces of this. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with the one piece. The very first thing is, this is going to have my Tierra cast on it. So I'm just going to kind of give this a little twist so it has a pointy kind of end. Thread it through here. I'm going to find the center of this. Let it kind of float to the center. And I'm going to knot it. Just one knot. That's all I need. That is going to be the center of this bracelet, this part of the bracelet. Okay, now what I'm going to do is plan out what beads I want where. I was thinking I wanted the turtles. I might put one turtle on each one. I definitely want to put, like this. I don't know if I can get the beads on these. I think I did on the other ones, so I don't want to put this next to that one, But there is going to be chain and stuff between these and things. So, you know, it's all about figuring out how to put these together. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get settled a little better. Plus, I have these to put on stuff. But I don't think I want these on. Yeah, they won't go well. Here, let's go ahead and take these off the strands. They look a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and start. If you ever want to figure out how to put like little things on this, I'll show you a trick here in just a second. Let me go ahead and get this tied on. I bought these thistles like at one of my first orders, or maybe, no, this is a free gift I got. It is so pretty. So we're just going to go ahead, tie this on. So that thistle's on there. And what I do with my little, I have a piece of the 7-strand beading wire from Beadalon. And what I do is I'm going to take and put this through here like so. So I've created like this. And then I want my little guy to swim towards this one on this side. I'll put it like this. And you may have to wiggle and jiggle depending on the bead or how big the hole is, and just pull it through. Now I'm debating, let's see how big this is on my wrist. This does a ton of room. So I'm going to back him up a little bit. I'm going to tie a knot. Because I really don't want him floating around a whole lot on here. Let him come up to the knot and tie one behind him. So he has room to move, but not too far. Now, this is what everything's going to hook onto, is these items here, and this is my clasp. So my wrist is about 7.5 inches. So there is 2 inches roughly of space. So I can do 5.5 inches here and be safe. So I got plenty of room to knot, and I'm going to go ahead and put a butterfly on this side. So we're going to go ahead and give it a knot, or dragonfly. I'm calling it a butterfly. Oops. Put it back up through there. Now this one is a little snugger, so we're going to kind of come down where it's a little thinner. I'm going to twist it a little bit. By twisting the fairy silk and making it skinny like that, the little dragonfly should go up and over. Should. Let's back it up a little bit farther. Dragonfly probably won't go on the other one unless I make one end a little thinner. There he goes. He's starting. I gotta tell you guys, my fingers are so sore from screwing in a bunch of screw hooks on canvas for this weekend. And I don't think I need to knot after that dragonfly because he's not going anywhere. But I'm going to go ahead and do that anyways, just to make it look, you know, even. Let's go ahead and measure this piece. So we're at just over 6 inches. By the time we knot, we're going to lose enough to make it at 6 inches. And we're going to go ahead and do the same with the other because we can shorten these, not a problem. I am going to need to trim this down because we need the dragonfly end to be a little skinnier to go up inside. Let's try that. Maybe I can get the dragonfly to just go right on. That would have been fun, wouldn't it? I'm going to pause you while I finish doing this. Okay, I went ahead and I got my sea turtle on and my dragonfly on that piece, and we have this one. And I'll set these back out of our way for right now. And I really like how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 lengths of, let me get my old cutters for this, of my 1/2 meter leather. And again, I'm going to give myself plenty of room for knotting. I'd rather have too much than not enough. So I have 2 lengths, probably about 12 inches or more, that'll go on this also. So here's this one, here's this one. We're gonna just start. I think we'll put a moonbeam, not in the middle though. Let's go ahead and use, let's get some of these crystals out. Spill them out here. Let's get this dark one. Finding these middles is going to be hard. These are so pretty. I think what I'll do is I'll do a dark one and then a clear one. And for some reason my light is off again. Let's see if I can turn it on while I'm filming. Nope, there it is. That's much better. I don't know why it turned off. There we go. Do you want more than that? That's so pretty. It's got like greens in it. Debating if I want to put a blue one with it. Let's see how it looks. This is all designing on the fly. I kind of like to do this because sometimes you start putting it together and it's like, I don't like how that looks. This is going to sit off center. I like that. So we're going to take a knot off to the one side. Just one simple knot. Like that. I'm going to knot over here. It doesn't matter if they have just a little bit of free flowing. I don't mind that. I kind of actually prefer it. So they kind of have some movement, which makes them glitter and shine more. So they'll be like this. And then I think I'll go ahead and add a green one. But I don't want it right up against it. We're going to give it another knot so that there's space. Not too much space. Just don't want them up against each other. So we're going to use a green one. I think I'm going to put a dragonfly with it. We're going to put the dragonfly going away. Will it fit on this cord? It may not fit. It's a pretty tiny hole. Nope, it's going to go. Yay! So it'll look like this. I like it. Let's go ahead and put a knot here. I like that. And let's go over on this side. Let's get some of these out and see what we can do with these. I am just having fun playing with all the colors. Let's see if these will go over. Really tiny hole. Very tiny. Nope, they won't fit. Oh, that's a shame, but that's okay. We've got lots of beads here. I'm thinking, let's put these crystals. Let's go ahead and give us a small knot. Just a ways away. Like that. I'm going to put a clear, well, let's do 2 of these. 1, and then 1 of these. Or do I want to go ahead and put a moon? How about that? Let's try that, see how that looks. What do we got over here? That might not look right. These may not look good on this bracelet after all, guys. One, 2, 3, 4. I like that. Let's go ahead and knot it. I like that. Let's see, what can we put on here? How about we do some stars? So let's fill out some stars, and let's do this light colored bead and a couple of stars. I really like that. Debating on if I need another bead. Let's fill off some more of these. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way apparently. I guess it's got knots on both ends. Let's just cut it in the middle. We're going to need to trim that off. There we go. Now I have a clean end. There we go. I don't know. I don't like that. One more star. That looks better. There's 3 of them. And we're going to go ahead and give it a knot. And I think we're going to call this one done. Now let's see. Do I really want to do 2 of these? I'm debating now on if I want to do 2 or not. Because I really like the layered look of all this. Hold on a second. Okay, I went through my ribbon stash and I have 4 more choices of ribbon. There's this purple. There's this. It's got shiny bits in it. I have just this plain kind of pink. I wasn't overly fond of that. And I love this kind of peachy color. It also kind of has a glitter to it. Now, not that I'm going to actually put anything on this peach one, I could easily. It's thin. These are all really strong, and I don't always want to put bees on stuff. This I could easily. So I might just use this. I might add these just as extra strands without adding beads. But I really like the idea of this peach having beads. So I'm going to take a big long strand of this. Cut that end off a little better, cleaner than that. Oh my gosh, these scissors are just so horrible. Anyways, got it cut. And let's see. I think I'm just going to load stars on this. We'll use the other end. Find the hole. Because not every strand has to have something on it. And sometimes you have to go from one end and not the other. I'm going to go ahead and knot this. I'm going to add some beads to this, and I'm going to bring you back. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I went ahead and finished beading this up. I didn't put a whole lot on this. I didn't think it needed it, and having that contrasting color in the set of this, in the middle of this, is kind of really nice. I went ahead and beaded up my second strand. I did it different than I did the first one, just so everything is a little different, kind of mix it all up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this all to these 2 rings. And these are just going to get tied on, okay? And so we're going to make a big old knot on this end. And this is going to be kind of fumbly feeling to do this. It's going to feel like you're knotting, like, how do I want to explain it? Like you're going to knot right on the jewelry itself. And you're not really, because when you pull this back down, it's actually going to bring the knot. You want to work the knot back to the ring itself, where you're holding down here. You bring it down snug and tight, because in this fairy silk, once you knot it, it's not going to go anywhere. And I'm going to add just a tiny bit of jeweler's cement. I did get a tube of jeweler's cement. And I also have, of course, my usual E6000 and all that. So there's that one. And this is going to be, of course, on this side. So I want to make sure I do the same and keep them in order. And I want to make sure that I keep this even. Whoops. Let's set these back out of the way a little bit. Now on these, it really does matter the length of where I'm going to knot. So I want to kind of line this up with the middle. So I'm basically on this one, I'm going to knot right where the last knot is. So we're going to come around, through, and knot right on top of that knot. And we're probably going to do this one twice, just to make sure this leather stays put. And again, it will have some some of the cement in there. I could not find any GS Hypo cement. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to cut that off until I'm ready to. So far, this is what we've got. This is laying just like I want it to. Get them out of the way because they fell out. And then we're going to go ahead, lay this up here, and I'm going to go ahead and knot this on. Right about here. Lay this back out before I actually knot that down. So I know I have it where I want it to be. Loosen that up just a hair. And then pull that tight. Now I'm going to double knot this. Lay this all back out there the way it should be. This one first, this one next, and then this one on top. Now I'm going to bring this one in the mix. Let's slide all these knots out of our way. And we're going to double knot that when we're not. Like I said, all these will have glue on them so that they don't come undone. And this is what I'm making for myself. So I don't wear my jewelry out where I'm going to be doing something that's going to cause it to come undone. Now I'm going to knot this last one on, which of course, you know, is going to be a booger because I have to knot it really short towards the end. Bring this all the way up towards the turtle. And I probably will never make jewelry to sell with fairy silk, just because fairy silk is expensive. It's $8.99 for one piece of fairy silk. I made a necklace and then this bracelet. So to sell something made with fairy silk, people would not like the price in my area. They would be like, no, I'm not paying you that much. It just would, you know, a lot of people are like, why, you know, why don't you make, you know, higher dollar stuff? Well, this is why. You know, I don't buy the more expensive stuff because I know that I can't sell it. If I put a $20 price tag on something, it is not going to sell. Pulling everything tight, pull everything down, and this is how it's going to look. I love it. I mean, I know this isn't everybody's style, but this is mine. So now we're just going to attach everything, and you want to make sure you put things on in the same direction, the same way you put them on the other ring. So again, I'm going to double knot this. And I'm not going to keep you guys on while I put all these on this side. I will hop off here and in just 2 seconds. After I bring him down tight. And I'll bring you right back. Okay, I'm having camera issues and getting things lined up. I gotta tell you guys, I did take all this apart. Not all of it. I did not like how this glue made things come out. It was really stiff and I've got it all over me. So I did take it all apart and I used cord ends, and I just like how it turned out better. And I reattached everything back on these. And when you attach these, you want to make sure, of course, that you have everything going the same direction. I do have some jump rings. For some reason, they're crossing over, but that's okay because when I put this on, it's going to go wherever it wants to go anyways. Like I wanted to do, I have a bunch of these textured jump rings for this part of my wrist, which is what I wanted to do. And I used a smaller jump ring to attach the hook with. And I'm going to bring the camera back up and I'm going to put it on and show you what it looks like. So I'm going to pause you here a second. Okay, so once you pick it up, it goes wherever it wants to go anyways. So I'm just going to put it on and I'm going to hook it, which is kind of difficult one-handed. So this is going to be fun. I may have to just lay it down on the table and hook it. Get that out there. Another thing I like about having extra ones, like if you're making this to sell something like this, having these extra, my fingers are so sore from screwing in cup hooks that I'm having difficulties using this. There we go, I hooked just the one. So there's how it looks. I love it. I probably could tighten it to the next one. But I love how it looks. That's the Tierra cast. Those who wander are not lost. I love how that turned out. Get all this stuff out of our way. And I'll tell you, that glue went everywhere, guys. It just went absolutely everywhere. I love how this turned out. There's the little thistle, the sea turtles. There's the other little thing. I love the colors. I love how everything turned out. Always, feel free to try something new because you never know what you're going to come up with. Sorry that this is jiggling so much. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I know this was a long video. And I'll talk to all of you guys down in the comments below. I am almost at 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you comment down below and subscribe and hit the like and all that. And I'll talk to all of you there. Bye, everybody.